In this example, we are given the following two vectors, u, which is equal to 2, 5, and v, which is equal to 5, 2. And we are asked to find the angle between them. Well, recall that there is a formula of the following. Cosine of theta is equal to u dot v over the magnitude of u times the magnitude of v. So in order to figure this out, I will simply have to calculate this and then do arc cosine. And theta will be equal to arc cosine, or cosine inverse if you like, of all this. I shall do each of these individual parts off to the side and then put them all together here. So first things first, what is u dot v? Well, it's simply the corresponding components multiplied together, and then I add over each component. In other words, multiply the x's, so 2 times 5, and then add that to multiply the y's, 5 times 2. And if you had more components, you would keep going. So in this case, that is 10 plus 10, which is 20. Cool. Now I need to get the magnitude of u and the magnitude of v. Well, the magnitude of a vector is the square root of the sum of the squares. So 2 squared plus 5 squared, which in this case is the square root of 4 plus 25, or square root of 29. When I do the magnitude of v, it's basically the same thing. It's going to be 5 squared plus 2 squared, which is 25 plus 4, which is the square root of 29 again. Now I will put all of this together. So cosine of theta is equal to 20 over the square root of 29 times the square root of 29. And when you have the square root of something times the square root of the same thing, that cancels out and you simply get what's inside. So 20 over 29. Now, of course, last step, theta equal to cosine inverse of 20 over 29, but this is not one of the memorized values for cosine, as say 0 or square root of 2 over 2 would be. This is, well, unmemorized. It's some random number. So I will go to the calculator, which I have in degree mode. If you have yours in radians, that's fine. Just your answer will look different. And I will do cosine inverse of 20 over 29. And when I do this, I get approximately, because I am going to round, 46.397 degrees. And my sheet says to round to the nearest tenth, so if I go ahead and do that, this would be 46.4 degrees. There we go. So the approximate angle between u and v, where u is 2, 5 and v is 5, 2, is 46.4 degrees, and that is this example.